Hello folks, welcome to the Student Disinterest project, where today we will be talking all things political. It's been a pretty quiet month this August, but a couple of interesting things have happened. We've got some major developments with the Gaza war, a new wide Putin, the usual. Let's get started. A bunch of people marched across the Sydney Harbour Bridge at the start of this month. What were they protesting?
Israel's invasion of Palestine.
Ukraine.
Freeing Palestine.
Free Palestine.
On August the 3rd, the Sydney Harbour Bridge was closed so that a huge procession of people could cross the bridge to protest against the violence and destruction currently occurring in Gaza and the lack of action by the Australian government. The participants held signs saying things like "Ceasefire now" and "Free Palestine" and urged the Australian government to sanction Israel. How many people do you think were there?
In the tens of thousands.
200,000 maybe? Like 600,000?
20k.
20k, okay. Protesters walked a total of 2.5 kilometres from Wynyard Station in Sydney until they were turned around by the police. With this in mind, the community estimates that there were a total of 300,000 people in attendance. The police say there were less, but most people accept the figure of 300,000. So yeah, as you can imagine, a lot of chaos followed. Let me try to break it down. The New South Wales Premier Chris Minns was initially opposed to the protest. He said it would cause major traffic delays and cause other groups of people to want to protest on the bridge for themselves. He said it's not open season. But this protest was approved by a judge, so it went ahead anyway. Israel was not happy about this. One minister said, quote, "I truly believe that most of this crowd was the same crowd who was gathering together since 8 October. The rest are just useful idiots that are being used as tools in the hands of those who are trying to promote those radical jihadist ideas. And unfortunately, many naive people in Australia are falling for a lot of the propaganda of those terrorist organisations and those radical jihadist organisations." Jihadist in this context means extreme Islamic. That's intense. Following this, Anthony Albanese made a pledge to recognise the Palestinian state at the UN meeting in September. Australia is going to recognise Palestine at the UN meeting in September. Do you think this is a good idea?
Yeah, I guess so.
Sure.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
I'd say so.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
We didn't need relations with Israel anyway. They don't have any natural resources.
This was also following moves from the UK and France to do the same. The UK and France are significant because they are both permanent members of the United Nations. There are 5 permanent members of the United Nations, the other 3 being the US, China, and Russia. 2 of them, as of right now, have recognised the Palestinian state. Which 2 do you think they are?
UK and US.
The US and the UK?
The UK and the US.
The main ones.
Russia, China, yeah.
You might be surprised to hear that China and Russia have already recognised the Palestinian state. So, after the UK and France do so, the US will be very much on its own. So, Australia is going to recognise the Palestinian state. Okay. Who is the Prime Minister of Israel?
Benjamin Netanyahu.
Benjamin Netanyahu.
I don't know.
Do you want to guess? Or say a name that sounds familiar?
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
So Australia is going to recognise a Palestinian state. In response to this, Benjamin Netanyahu decided to do a little bit of rage baiting and say about Anthony Albanese, "I'm sure he has a reputable record as a public servant, but I think his record is forever tarnished by the weakness that he showed in the face of these Hamas terrorist monsters." Our health minister responded by basically saying he was being ridiculous and that the Prime Minister would not change his opinion because someone told him to. As you might be aware, Donald Trump has had a pretty confusing stance on the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Who's the president of Ukraine?
Vladimir Zelensky.
Vladimir Zelensky.
No idea.
Isn't it Zelensky?
Who's the president of Russia?
Vladimir
Putin.
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 Does Trump back Russia or Ukraine?
Russia.
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 Everyone said Russia. I thought it would be like a 50-50 split.
I mean, I think Ukraine, because America is the good guy.
When he did become president, and obviously failed to do this, he basically said that it was just an exaggerated joke. He then had a phone call with Vladimir Putin, the Russian president, where he basically decided he would side with Russia and talk to them about ending the war, excluding Ukraine from these talks. Ukraine was understandably quite unhappy about this. Their president said that they can't discuss a peace agreement without one of the two countries involved in the conflict in question. Then Trump and his vice president J.D. Vance had a meeting with Zelensky where a reporter infamously asked him,
"Why don't you wear a suit?"
As you could probably guess, the meeting didn't go very well. It descended into chaos with Trump, Vance, and even random reporters just bullying the Ukrainian president. Following this, the US said they would withhold military aid from Ukraine. Then, they said they would stop sharing information with them. A few days later, the US decided it felt bad and gave Ukraine its aid and intelligence back. Trump then had more discussions with Putin about forming a ceasefire agreement. Russia said these meetings resulted in them saying they would avoid targeting energy infrastructure in Ukraine. After this, some progress was made to secure a peace agreement between the two countries, but Trump did continue to side with Putin and Russia. Then, Russia struck Kiev. This was the point where Trump kind of switched sides for the first time. He had a meeting with the Ukrainian president, after which he threatened Russia with sanctions and tariffs if they didn't make moves to end the war. So fast forward to August 15, when Trump met Putin in Alaska this month. Trump went into this meeting seemingly determined to get the Russian president to agree to a ceasefire, but he came out of the meeting talking only about a peace deal. There is a difference here, and it's mainly with the word deal. A deal would imply that Ukraine has to give up land or something equivalent to Russia in return for them to stop attacking. This is not ideal. So how many Ukrainian people have emigrated from the country since Russia began the full-scale invasion?
2.3
4 million, 4.6.
5 million. Into Europe at least.
5 million.
5 million.
I think it's like 7 million. Which country has the highest number of Ukrainian refugees living there currently?
Germany.
Germany.
Europe?
That's a good one.
Germany.
Germany.
And how many live there?
1.2.
Yeah! 1.2 refugees!
1.2 million.
2.5 million.
You sure?
Yeah?
Does Ukraine have conscription?
Yeah.
No, I don't think they do.
I don't know what that means. Oh, the army, yeah. Yes?
Yes. Yes.
They do. Which is great, because it means that everyone's enrolling in university so they can't get drafted.
Oh, hey, that's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. You go, Ukrainian clever boys.
If you know this project pretty well, I'm sure you've heard of this guy. This guy is Bob Katter. He's a member of parliament for the electorate of Kennedy and has been for 32 years. You might know him from the time he said this.
Let there be 1,000 blossoms bloom, as far as I'm concerned. But I ain't spending any time on it, because in the meantime, every 3 months, a person is torn to pieces by a crocodile in North Queensland.
This month, he was at a press conference in Brisbane, where he was discussing his stance on immigration and how he was against certain people from certain backgrounds entering the country. Katter himself has Lebanese heritage, so at this point a reporter asked, and, well, I'll let you watch what happens.
Bob, you've got Lebanese heritage yourself.
Oh, mate, don't say that, because that irritates me, and I punch blokes in the mouth for saying that. Don't say that.
I'm sure
Don't say that, because you're a racist. You're a racist. You cannot say what you just said without being identified as a racist.
Yeah, so that's pretty scary. Anthony Albanese responded to this on a news channel by saying that Bob Katter needed to, quote, take a look at himself and see that this is unacceptable behaviour.
Watch out for them crocodiles, kids.
Okay, What was significant about... this is a stupid question. What was significant about the week of the 9th to the 17th of August?
Oh, Science Week. Science Week.
That is.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Science Week.
Science Week. And also No Bullying Week. I mean, yeah.
Science Week and No Bullying Week.
So what were the themes for Science Week and Bullying Week? No Bullying Week.
Exploring the universe? No, what is it? Some universe. Decoding the universe.
Decoding the universe.
Decoding the universe. And no bullying.
Decoding the universe and, I don't know.
Do you think the government was trying to send a message by putting these 2 weeks together?
No. They're separate things.
Nah, they're not smart enough for that.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Stop bullying the science kids.
Or we'll light you on fire.
No, not at all.
I think they were. Yeah, so that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and a particular thank you to the very cool folks who helped me film this month. I'll catch you at the start of October. See ya.
Legend has it.
No. See, I have on my computer, right, I've got all of the questions, and then on the page next to it, it's like, the rules, like, don't swear.
No.